G'day, this is Michael from Coin Collecting and Detecting and Banknotes. Here I've got a banknote folder, and this folder can hold 300. So I've got plenty of banknote storage space, and I've got a fair few banknotes in a few other little folders like these little ones here. And I'm going to start to transfer them over into this banknote storage folder here to keep everything, hopefully everything together in one location. So what I'll do to start off with, I'll show you some of the things I've got in here to start off with in my folder, and then I'll add some more. I'll add some of the $5 notes actually, so some fives are going in here, so you'll check that out in a moment. But g'day Heather, how's it going? So I'll get the camera in the little what do you call it, tripod or setup, so that you can so I've got my hands free. But these notes here, this one here is a 10 shilling note. This one's obviously, hey, appreciate the gift, thanks Heather. 1942 10 shillings note, and then a 1942 10 shillings note. So both exactly the same there. So I like those. I just like the colour of those. It sort of pops. So I've saved a couple of pages, empty pages here, so that I can get some more of those orange ones. So yeah, we'll see how we go with that over time. I'll hopefully pick up some new ones. Now these are also 10 shilling banknotes, but these ones are from later years, so 1961, these 10 shilling notes. Check a few comments. Hey Michael, how are you going? Good, thank you. I'm glad I'm up. It's past bedtime for me. Okay, there you go. What time is it over there in the US? What time is it here? It is 3:30 p.m, so it's in the afternoon here. All right, so yeah, 10 shillings there. So three of those, and I've got another two here as well. So they're not in great condition, but I still like them. They're all good. Can you still use the paper notes? These ones here, you can't use these ones because these are pre-decimal. Meaning in 1966, Australia changed their currency from pounds and shillings and pence and all those sorts of things, the English sort of system, across to decimal currency, so cents and dollars and things like that. So you can't use these ones in circulation, but some of the banknotes that I'm going to put into this folder today, you can. They are still legal tender. I have old coins and etc. Yeah, nice one, Daniel. Just focusing on the banknotes on this little stream right here. So I've left a few pages blank right there for some more of those 10 shilling notes there. And then into my £1 Australia notes. So these are £1. This one's from 1952, 1942, and then 1942 again down here. Sorry, the reflection of the light sort of catching it there. But yeah, so some fairly nice condition ones. I'm pretty happy with those. This one's 1938, and the signatures on the notes determine what year they're from. So I've got a book, Rennick's Australian Coin and Banknote Values, that helps you identify what year they're from and their values and things like that too. But for this folder, I've just put down the year so I know what year we're looking at there. All right, Heather. So how do you find these if they're no longer in circulation? I bought these. Yeah, appreciate that, Faye. Thank you. So I've bought these notes, or there's sort of been some of them been passed on to me, but yep, I've been sort of sourcing these myself, buying them. Yep, auctions and different places too. Okay, so I've left a few sheets there available for some extra £1 notes that I might pick up over time, and then these are £5 banknotes that I love. These, I just love the colour of them. Nice deep blue sort of colour there. Oh, sorry, I've got a few pages. And what have we got year-wise? We've got 1941, and a 1952 down the bottom here. So yeah, pumped with those £5 notes. I like those. And then some notes that I don't have are some £10 banknotes. So they're red in colour, nice rich red colour, and I'd love some of those, but they're pretty expensive to get. I've been trying to buy a couple at auction and been outbid on the ones that I've been trying to bid on there. So what I've got there is I've just got three of the £5 right there, and I'll leave a few pages for some extras that I might pick up over time. So I'll leave probably 3 pages because I like those, and then I'll take 2 more, maybe 3 more pages there. They might be for the £10 banknotes if I'm lucky to pick some of those up over the coming years. So I'll leave a few slots available for those. And then I'll start on the $5 notes. So let's go with this. I'll show you a couple of them I've got here. So we've got this one here. This is the paper, a $5 paper banknote that we used to use in Australia, well, up until about probably 85 or so. It might have even been a little bit later than that. And then we changed across to this banknote here. Hey, I appreciate the gifts there, thank you. So this is a plastic banknote here, and this is one of the first ones ever produced. But from memory, about $110 in this condition. This banknote right here is worth at the moment. In perfect condition with a light green serial number. And then these banknotes are from 2001, a commemorative banknote from 2001. They're all in perfect condition too. Catherine Helen Spence and Sir Henry Parkes on this side, $35 each on those ones in that condition. So pretty happy with those ones. So they're going to go into the folder. And then I've also got some other ones here that this is where I'm sort of going to transfer them from this little folder here into the big folder. So I'm going to put some of these fives in. This one's in uncirculated condition, $85 in that condition. That one right there. So let me get this going. Where do I start? I'll start with the paper banknotes, but I should try and do it in year order. So let me have a look. The signatures on the notes down here determine what year they're from. So Johnston Fraser, that was the latest issue one, the most recent. So this one here's a Fraser Higgins. Bit hard to sort of see their Fraser Higgins, but that's a bit earlier. This one's a Fraser Cole, and this one's a Johnston Fraser. Should I do it in order, or should I just go for it in... Probably should try and do it in order. So I'll grab my book and we'll check it out. All right, so this book here, Australian Coin and Banknote Values. So I'll flick to the $5 banknote page. There we go. And these are the different, these are all of this same sort of banknote, the paper banknotes, but these are the years over here, 67, and these are the signatures. So I know I haven't got any of those signatures. Let's go down here until we find one that we just saw. We've got some Johnston Fraser 1985s. So maybe I'll get those in position. So that's a Johnston Fraser. And I think there might have even been some other Johnston Frasers in here. G'day Michael, g'day Smart Fizzy, how's it going? Is that first one there a Johnston Fraser? Yeah, it was. So I'll collect that one out there and put that in. And then we'll see if we've got any other Johnston Fraser. That one there is a Johnston Fraser in nice condition, in perfect condition. I think I've even got it in a little... Yeah, I've got it in another little holder there just to sort of keep it really... in really nice condition. So I might even put this little doodahs on it. And then I can put that in the folder. So I might start with these three and place them in. Oh, let me need some more desk space. I'll check out a few comments here. Sorry if I've missed your comments. Good, thanks. How are you doing? Going well, thanks. Sorry if this isn't very engaging with people. It's just me checking through, putting in some banknotes here. All right, so I might put the really nice one in the center and we'll move those ones to the side. So we'll start with this one right here. I'm just trying to be gentle with it so that probably can't really see because it has to slot in from this page over here. All right, let's have a look at that. I think that's pretty good, pretty centered there. What I might do is I might put that down the bottom so I know that that is a 1985 Gothic. So it says Gothic there, and that's because this serial number is a Gothic typeset. Yeah, that means it's a different thing. And this one here that's also Gothic as well. Just see if I've got one that's, yeah, this one here is an OCRB. So it's called OCRB, this type of font. That's called a Gothic font. I'll sort of try and point that out a little bit later on in this, why it's sort of a little bit different. All right, we'll put this one in now. So I'll zoom back out. And I'll put that at the top. That one's a fairly nice one too. Probably label all the years in the folder as well. So I've got that one in there now. And then we'll put the last one in, this one here. And some interesting, what some collectors look for too is the serial numbers. This one here's got 3 9s in a row, and it's also got another 9 here. So it's got 4 9s in the serial number. But those 3 9s in a row sort of might grab a particular collector's attention, because some people like to collect certain numbers and runs of numbers. See, this note's got a bit of wear. It's not in perfect condition. It's got a fair bit of crinkling and stuff, but that's interesting serial number. So I like that sort of stuff too. All right, we'll slot this one in. Where do you get the book to keep all your notes and coins? This folder, I got it from Renix. It's a fairly good quality one. It's got 300 slots, this one, so pretty pumped with this. And this is why today I'm just starting to move some of my banknotes from my old, or from some of my smaller little wallets where I've kept my banknotes. I'm going to put them all in here, so keep them all in one place. All right, so that's those 3. And now, what else have we got in this little folder? We've got a Fraser Higgins, and we've got a Fraser Cole. So I'll look those up in the book, find out what years those are from. Again, I'm using this book, Renix Australian Banknotes, Coin and Banknote Values. And yep, so I'm looking up in here. Gone to the $5 note page. So we've got a Fraser. So we've got a Fraser Higgins and we've got a Fraser Cole. So Fraser Cole was the last issue of those paper banknotes, 1991. So the Fraser Higgins are 1990. And then it has all the values over here, the different values in the different conditions. So the next one I'm going to put in is probably the Fraser Higgins, because that is Fraser Higgins, then Fraser Cole. Can people in the US purchase one of the coloured bird coins you showed the other day? I'm pretty sure they can, Heather. So on the Downey's Collectibles website, if you go through the link on my profile through to there, should be able to. I'm pretty sure most countries they'll send them to. So yep, definitely check that out. The Azure Kingfisher bird coin, 1 ounce silver coin. All right, so this was the next one. The Fraser Higgins, so we'll gently get that out. Got that one, and we'll get the next one out too while we're at it. So this is a 1991 right there. Okay. And then we've got to slot it in that way, but we've got the opening for this one at the top, we've got it on the other side, so I've got to slot it in over here. I was just going to do this off camera, all of this, but I thought, okay, people might want to see what I'm doing, so I might as well put it on a stream and can answer the odd question here. Are you Peter Hallier's brother? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Is it a 2022 silver coin, Heather? Yeah, it's a 2023 silver coin, the Azure Kingfisher that she's mentioning there. Yeah. But you can you purchase the coloured bird coins you showed? Yeah, so the Downey's Collectibles, Heather, they've got a series of bird coins with the coloured birds on them. So that might be the second one in the series. I'm not too sure, but there was another one too that I showed in a video a little while ago. But yeah, they're pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, slotting this 5 in there. All right, so we've got the 5 right there. Okay, so now that might be most of my paper banknotes. I do have another folder. Here. I might check through this folder just to make sure that I haven't got any more $5 banknotes in here. Oh, there is another one there actually. Johnston Fraser. Got a Johnston Fraser right there, a bit crinkly. Maybe I'll sell that because there's a few banknotes that I'm going to sell actually. So I might put that aside. See if there's any others. What do we got here? We've got a $10 banknote, a $20 paper banknote, the older style. We've got another one of these. Yeah, the first sort of issue, that first sort of run. Got the Grey Ghosts, the $100 paper banknotes. I like those. They're cool. So I'll grab that one out actually. I might grab this one out. Has that got the light? Yeah, I think that's $50 book value in that condition, that particular one. So I'll put that aside. Might get that in there too. I got another one of these. Another one of these Centenary of Federation $5 banknotes with Sir Henry Parkes and Catherine Helen Spence on this side. So up to $35 in perfect condition. These are worth to collectors. So I'll put that over here with the other ones I've got there. So that's pretty cool. Why is this one in this folder? Let me have a look. $5 value. I must have looked up the value of it, but must have been when it first came out. Someone held on to that. I think it was my uncle. He had a bit of a collection, and I bought it off him, which is cool. Was it the Kingfisher you showed? It was the Azure Kingfisher. That's right. It's called Azure, Azure Kingfisher. That's right. Yeah. I don't actually have it with me. I'd show you again, Heather, but I had to send it back to Downey's because they sent it to me as a bit of a promo so I could promote it ahead of time, because I don't know if they've got their full stock in just yet. Found it. Good stuff. Yeah, that nice. Yeah, so it might be a little bit of a pre-order there, Heather, on those. Oh, here's another one of those first sort of issue banknotes, but that one's pretty worn. $8 in that sort of condition. Alright. A few foreign banknotes. Alright, that's all of the $5 notes from that folder, so I can move that back aside. Alright, so what have we got next? We've probably got maybe some of these. See, this one, and what happens with these, you've got the serial number. Some of them have got a dark serial number, a bit hard to tell there, so it's really black. And some of them have got a pale green. It's probably a bit hard to pick up on the light, but that is a bit of a paler green, that serial number there. And I think they're worth a little bit more. I'll find it in the book to show you. Who's the guy on the Grey Ghost note? That's Douglas Mawson. So Douglas Mawson, a bit of a explorer. So he went down to not Tassie. He went down to Antarctica and explored a fair bit of Antarctica. Pretty famous sort of dude. I think he might have even been one of the first ones to go to the center of Antarctica, or even crossed Antarctica, fully across it. So one of the first explorers to do that. All right. So here it says in the book here the pale green serial number and the dark green, and it says up here, sorry, the light is quite glary, it talks about dark green serial, and then it says here pale green serial. So I've got a pale green serial in perfect condition, that's like 110. So in dark green, it'll be the first one here, so $50. Yeah, and that's why the value I had over there was $10. And okay, maybe I'll go to a new page for some of those, and we'll put some of those in here. All right, I do have some other things that I'd bought at an auction recently too. Have some more of those $5 banknotes, so I might include one or two. These ones here have got that pale green in perfect condition. They're 110. Yeah, 110, and there's 4 in consecutive order there too. Oh man, it's tricky, isn't it? Like it's funny. Like I like to be fairly organised, and when I'm putting it in here, I want it to be sort of right, because what happens is sometimes you put it into folders and you go, oh, you get some more, and then you've got to adjust all of your folder to sort of fit them in and put them in the right position. So it's funny trying to get it so everything works out well. I'm trying to get them in order of years, and I'm trying to get. I've got two sons, so maybe trying to have one each, so one for each of my sons and maybe one for myself too. So trying to think a bit ahead of time what I'm going to put into the folder and what I'll leave out, because some of these on notes I'll sell on to other people who for their collections and stuff like that. So I don't need everything. Could you use these notes today? These are still legal tender. Some places like retail stores and so on probably wouldn't recognise them, but they are still legal tender. You can take them to the bank and you can cash them in at the bank, but they're worth more than $5 to collectors. So yeah, you're probably better off trying to sell them on eBay and sites like that. Like this one here, this one's in really good condition, but that's worth $85. And like I was mentioning, these ones here, this one's in perfect condition. $110 is the book value on this particular note in this condition, so a lot more than the $5. But yeah, legal tender for sure. Check a few more questions. What is a 1 penny worth? The penny's usually a couple of dollars each. Depends on the condition. If the condition's really good, they can get up there in value, but usually a couple of dollars for pennies. Yeah, Hunter. Zach. The rumour is US dollar is going to be dropped as the universal currency. What will happen to the AUD? I'm not too sure. I don't know about all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I've seen a couple of videos about different countries using different different currencies as their, I don't know what they sort of term it, but we'll just wait and see what happens. Whatever happens, and we'll go from there. But this is me for collecting. So, any other questions? Hi, I have a question about currency. Was that the question you asked? Yeah. All right. All right, Shell. Just thinking. I might put three of these ones that were from here. Some of these are in consecutive order, which means that the serial numbers run. So it finishes in a 240, and then it's a 241, the next note. And then after that, it will be a 242, yep, and a 243. Now, the only issue with these particular notes is it's probably a bit hard to pick up in this light, but that's quite a pale green, the serial number, which is cool. Now, the next one along, it's a little bit darker. Now, it should be a pale colour, that serial number. That one should be a bit paler, but it's come through a bit darker, which, you know, as a collector, you want them all to be sort of the same colour. What do I do? Should I keep those three, or do I keep? I might put the paler ones in. I might put the 40, 42 and 43, just so I've got the pale greens. But yeah, it'd be cool if that was pale green, because if you're selling this one, it's supposed to be a pale green, that serial number. They're worth 110 as opposed to 50. If it's a dark serial number, it's supposed to be 50, but that one is supposed to be a pale green. It's a bit tricky. What have I got here? I've got this one. They're all AAs too. I might keep the AAs. I might do that. All right, I might do it like that. Cool. So, I'll just set those there, and we'll get this one in. Just slotting it in now. Probably should be using gloves, but I like to be able to handle my notes. 42. got the 43. Sorry, this isn't that engaging, but slotting that one in right now. Let's have a look at that. There we go. Got those 5s in. So that's pretty cool. I might put in a dark. This one here is one of the darkest serial number. So I might put one of those in just to have a bit of column A, a bit of column B. So we'll slot that in up here. Okay. Now, some of these ones here, Henry Parkes and Catherine Helen Spence. So I'll get a few of these in the folder. That's cool. Got a fair few of those. Can sell a few of those too. Got a little fan here. I might put the fan on. So the next one's going in is this one here. Just make sure there's no folds. Just checking across the note. Yeah, no, perfect. Let me hold on to the best ones I can hold on to. Next, this one here. I appreciate the gift there. I think that one's actually got a slight fold through there, so I might not put that in the folder. I might put that one aside. I think this one is looking pretty flat and straight. Cool. That'll work. So I got 3 of those. How's that looking? Nice. Cool. All right, check a few questions out. Sorry if I've missed your questions. All right, sir, what experience coin out, sir, please? What's that? Sir, what experience coin out, sir, please? I'm not sure, Eddie. Not sure exactly what. Yeah, the question is there. They are in great condition. Yeah, pretty happy with them, Chris. Yeah, pretty pumped about some of the conditions I've got on those notes. What even is that on the $5 note? Are you talking about these notes here? This is Sir Henry Parkes. These are only from 2001, commemorative $5 note. So that is Sir Henry Parkes, the father of Federation, they call him. Don't really know the history, but anyway. And then on the other side, we've got Catherine Helen Spence. A bit hard to see, but Catherine Helen Spence on the other side there. Should I keep some more of these ones? Oh, maybe I'll do another page of those. I've got some more. Because they are pretty cool notes. Now, one of these notes, this one here's got a slight bend across here. So I'll put that aside. And we'll put in 3 sweet ones. Maybe I'll put them in. Here we go. The pages are sort of flipped. I'll put them in this way. It's sort of hard to get them in to right in the position you want them. Try not to bend them or anything. There we go. Alright, so we've got 2 pages of those. That's cool. So in this condition, in perfect condition like this, $35 each they're worth. So I do have a few of them left over in perfect condition here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'll probably sell those to people who are interested in some of these notes. So if you're on my email list, I'm going to email out pictures of some of the things I'm going to have for sale, and people can just let me know and I'll send them out. People can sort of pay through the bank details and so on. So if you want to be, if you would like some of these banknotes, jump on my email list. If you're not on my email list, if you click on my profile, click on through my profile, my free guide. It's a 6 valuable coins free guide. And that'll get you onto my email list, and then you'll be across any emails that come out about those. All right, is that all of the $5 that I'm going to put into this folder? Let's have a look at all the ones that I've got in here. So let's go back through a few of them. So here's some of the $5 notes I've just put in today. So cool. This one here, 000. That's pretty cool, having 000 in the serial number. And then the one down the bottom has got, maybe I'll take this out of the holder here. So I've got, yeah, got the 000 on that one. And then this one here has got the 999s. So I've got a few interesting serial numbers there. The one in the middle is a Gothic. It's called Gothic because the serial numbers, that the font is in Gothic font. But that's $85 value, the book value on that one there. Flick over. That's on the other side. That's, I think her name's Caroline Chisholm. Maybe Caroline Chisholm, I think, is that lady there. Probably should research a bit more information about who she is and why she's on the notes and stuff like that. Yeah, and then we've got, I think this is 1990, 1991. So I'll probably label those, what years they are. And then these notes here, about $110 value, these ones here in this condition. These are the first lot of the first sort of polymer $5 notes that were produced. That's the front and that's the back. Got the Queen Elizabeth, nice one, Queenie. And then you've got another one of those too. And then we've got the Centenary of Federation ones here. All right, I'll check a few comments here. I've probably missed a few comments. Do you collect from Australia only? No, I collect things from overseas as well, yeah. But I don't have as much things from overseas because I live in Australia. Mainly focused on stuff here. Nice, Chris. Expensive coins out there, thanks, nice. Where did you get them from? Oh, I've bought some things, bought some of these things at auctions. Other things I've picked up, lucky to pick up from banks. Sometimes banks might have some, that very rarely do they have them, but sometimes people cash them in at the banks, and then, yeah, if you're lucky and you ask nicely, they might sort of let you buy them back out. Yeah, so that's those $5 notes. Is there any other ones? Have I got anything else in this? No. All right. I've got these ones here that I haven't put in. The condition on those aren't that great, so I might move those on. Oh, actually, I do have another little resource. I'll see if I've got any notes in here. Okay, see if I've got any of the fives. What do we got here? We've got a few of the $1 banknotes. And I've set these ones aside because they've got particular serial numbers, Knight Wheeler. They're Knight Wheeler serial numbers. So I've kept them all together because they're valued at a certain value. And then I've got this one here. Someone was going to buy this $50 note. But they didn't get back to me, so I've sort of kept it ready for them if they ever wanted to get back in touch with me. But yeah, they wanted to buy maybe some other banknotes too. So there's a fair few $1 banknotes right here. These are all Johnston Stone notes. They're the latest, the most recent sort of issue of those. Got nice indigenous design on the back here. It's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah, but I think these are about 1982 or 84 or something like that. Well, when did the $1 coin start? 84. So these are probably 1982, the $1 paper banknotes. So I've got a fair few there, and I'll probably sell a fair few of those on. Oh no, I've made a mistake. Well, not a big mistake, but what the mistake is, this folder. I'm trying to do this folder in order of the banknotes. So if you go back to the start, I've started with the 10 shilling notes, and then I've left a few pages for those, and then there's some more, the later 10 shilling notes. Ah, man, I knew this would probably happen. Anyway. And then we've got the £1 banknotes. These are Australian banknotes from a fair way back, 52s, 42s. And then after that, we've got the £5 banknotes here, the 40s. And then I've left a few pages free for the £5 banknotes. And I've left a few pages for the £10 banknotes, because I'd love to get a £10 banknote. And then I thought, okay, then I'll start on the decimal currency. And I'm thinking, okay, well, $5 notes are the next one. But I forgot all about $1 notes and $2 notes. Man, does that mean I'm going to have to move all of these that I've just placed in today to a bit later in the folder? Probably. Oh, man. All that work. Anyway, let's have a look at what's in this this envelope right here. I think there's a fair few. There's a fair few $2 notes in this one. Oh, it's got a 50 right there. Got a couple of 50s. So what's on the outside of the 50? $50 banknotes. Nice. Sorry, I check a few comments. Sorry if I'm missing your comments and stuff. Charlie John. Oops. Yeah, I know. I'm just wondering, which book is it best one to get for pre-decimal coins? There's a few different Renix books on pre-decimal coins. I don't know if they actually have. I'll check in a moment. I've got a couple of books. I'll just have a look at some of these banknotes, and then I'll have a look at the books we've got. $20 banknotes right there. $10 banknotes. Someone was asking about $10 banknotes the other day. Oh, here we go. There's some more of those $5 notes that I was sort of talking about. So I might even slot those in. But geez, I might revisit this folder and maybe adjust these $5 notes I've got in the folder and move them a bit deeper in, so I can make way for some of the $1 notes and $2 notes. Oh man, I can't believe Anyway, it's all part of life, isn't it? And then look how many $2 notes there are there. There's tons of $2 notes. $10 note in pretty, well, I was going to say pretty good condition, but it's got a bit of ink type stainage on that side of it. But yeah, another $5 note there. Why is this one here? I think someone might have been interested in buying it, but yeah, a ton of $2 notes. So I might even sell a lot of these things. So if you're on my email list, keep an eye out, because probably over the next week or two I might start to release some banknotes, some of the older banknotes, some of these ones, for people to buy if they're interested. Hands up if you're interested in buying some banknotes. So much money. Heather, so do tell the difference by the words pounds and dollars. So do tell the difference. Pounds and dollars. Pounds and dollars. I'm not sure what the conversion. If your question's about what the conversion is between pounds and dollars, I know pounds are worth more than dollars, Australian dollars anyway, but I don't know exactly what it is at the moment. Yeah, but however, the notes that I've got in this folder, these notes here, so the £5 notes in these conditions, yeah, worth a fair amount of money. Probably, can't remember how much I bought them for, but probably some of them are probably up $100 odd, maybe over $100 for some of these banknotes here in this condition. So yeah, could you technically use a $1 and $2 note today? Yes, you could. Yep, legal tender. Yep. Hi Michael, did you go back in time? Yeah, a little bit. I'm going back in time. I'm living in the past. I like it. I like all this. Over the line by holding up the light. Yeah, so some of those older banknotes, what I can do is, there's a security feature. There's a metal strip. What I'll do is I'll take this little light off. This is my light. And we'll put it behind the note. And you can see that black line through the note. That's a security feature. So you can see a little ghost type image over there. So that's like a security feature too. But yeah, that black line through the note, that's a piece of metal. You can't really see it. You don't really notice it at all, but that's just a security feature in the nose. But what do people say? They say about across the line or something. It must be like a race. Charles is saying a $2 Ram race. I'll get a $2 note and we'll check out the $2 note. So it's a Ram race, is it? Okay, so is he first across the line? Because he's got his head across the line. Yeah, and some of these notes, the security feature is a different distance from the edge of the note. Some of them are a bit closer to the edge of the note, about 55 centimetres, and some are 65 centimetres, a bit further. They call them centre thread or side thread. Yeah, but that's a security feature. Who's this person over here? It's interesting, isn't it? You can't see that figure really at all, but when you got the light there, you can see. It's cool. Um, yeah, well, there you go. So, a bit further back in this folder, we'll skip. There's another section in this folder where I've put some of the foreign banknotes at the back here. Let's get this in position. So we've got here a $100 trillion banknote here. This is a Zimbabwe 100. It's an official banknote from back in about 2009, 2008, 2009, just before their currency collapsed. But $100 trillion. That was pretty cool. They're worth probably about $300 odd today. Someone sell for about $300 odd, I think, these notes today. Then I've got some more of the Zimbabwe, some $10 trillion notes. Pretty cool. And then a 20 billion. I like the idea. Billion just sounds more impressive. Maybe it just rolls off the tongue a bit better than trillion. Billion. $20 billion Zimbabwe. And these are all in uncirculated condition too. Perfect condition, serial number. Nice. All right, check a few comments. Jesus, no way, trillion. Trillion of dollars. Yeah, that's right. And it's funny, like that, when these were sort of produced, this $100 trillion was worth about 9 US cents. And that's what happens with inflation. There's a bit of inflation going on at the moment, but they just kept on printing money and printing money. It just became worthless. So $100 trillion in Zimbabwe was worth about equivalent of 9 cents US at the time. So that's the currency collapsed and they had to reset. And I think they used the US dollar as their currency for a while, and then I think they've got everything going again now. All right, these US notes, Heather, you'll be aware of these, but these US notes, I bought these ones because these have got stars on them, and they're star notes. And what happens is if they produce a sheet of notes, and if some of those notes get damaged, they replace them, but they take a number off and they put a star on the note, just to indicate that the note was originally damaged when they first made it, so they've replaced it with this note here. So these are all star notes in consecutive, so 24, 25, 26, and I've got 27, 28. So there's 5 in consecutive order there, which is pretty cool. And then this one here, I should get a little bit closer to it. This is a $2 banknote in pretty good condition. I think it's 29 or 28, 19. You can see here, 1928, $2 banknote. I like the red serial seal on there. So a $2 paper banknote. Let's check the back of it. So a few foreign banknotes in here as well, so pretty cool. What I'd love also from the US side of things, I'd love a silver certificate. Some of the older banknotes had a silver certificate written on it, and that sort of indicated that you could exchange that banknote for the equivalent in silver. So I'd like to get one of those in really nice condition too. All right, I'll check a few questions out here. I don't get how a $2 note can be worth $100. It's just collecting. People collecting them, and they'll pay more for something. It's supply and demand. Like if there's not much of them around and they're in really good condition and there's lots of collectors that want them, then the price just goes up. So it's just supply and demand that pushes the price up. Just like anything, like, Pokemon cards can be worth millions of dollars, but from another person's perspective, they're just a piece of cardboard. So why is a piece of cardboard worth millions of dollars? It's because people love Pokemon, and those particular cards are really rare, and they're worth a lot of money because there's lots of people that want it, and there's hardly any of them, so it's just collecting. Heather, my dad has a whole sheet of $2 uncut. Oh, that's cool, Heather. That's super cool. I reckon that's awesome. Commonwealth of Australia notes used to be a thing. They're worth a lot. Yeah, I do have some Commonwealth notes. I'll just grab my other little folder and I'll show you some Commonwealth notes. Just grab that. Actually, it's going to be a little bit hard to see in here, but these ones have got Commonwealth of Australia. So in these ones in this condition, $110, it's got Commonwealth of Australia. I should grab them out of there and sort of show you properly. But it's funny, like they are usually worth a bit more, but even these ones are quite rare. Just has Australia on it, so they're a little bit later. So these are 1974, these banknotes. But these in this condition, $500 each is the book value on these, and there's two of these here in that condition. So, but yeah, the Commonwealth of Australia banknotes are usually worth a bit more. Let's grab some of these out here. Yeah, that one's in better condition at 225 value. 225 value. 400 value. So that's a 1968 Commonwealth of Australia. Very nice. Yeah, so pretty happy with those. I might actually be selling some of those. I've got to work out which ones I'm going to be keeping and which ones I'm going to be selling. I do have to sell probably some things because there's other things that I'll want to buy and I need to sort of be turning over some money so that I can buy the things that I want to buy. Yeah. I have $2,100 white notes. Numbers all in. Are they consecutive, are they? Oh, awesome sequence. Video's super cool. Thanks, Kane. Appreciate that. We used to get them every now and again. Yeah. Let's I'll just grab some other little folders and I'll show you a couple of other banknotes. All right, what do we got here? We've got some $2 banknotes. Yeah, I'll just flick through a few of them. They're all pretty much the same, but they're all in pretty good condition. Some of the ones down a bit lower, I've put little labels on them, so they're probably a little bit rarer. So that's a $70 value, that banknote there. Night Wheeler, OCRB center thread. So it's got a center thread feature, which is a security feature a little bit towards the center. $70 value on that one. And there's a Commonwealth of Australia banknote there. Commonwealth of Australia, one of the earlier ones. A few of those. Pretty rough condition, those ones though. It's all legal tender? Yeah, all legal tender. So, there's a few $2 notes. What do we got in this one? Some $1 notes. We've got a first prefix coming up. Is it that one? Yeah, first prefix. That refers to this here. It's the first run of that particular years of notes, and they're usually worth a bit more money, the first prefix notes. And there's a Commonwealth of Australia too. Commonwealth of Australia. Phillips Randall. Probably about a 68 or 72, 1968. This one's pretty cool. It's got a stamp on it. I think it's just from a bank. The National Key Law, Victoria. Not sure why it was stamped, but anyway. So there's a few Commonwealth ones in there. So what I'm going to do is eventually going to put these banknotes into this folder. This folder holds 300. There's 300 slots in this folder. So I want to try and get everything into one location. What else have we got here? We've got some 10s. Yeah. And these are the first polymer banknotes that were ever produced in 1988. These ones are cool. I'm actually going to be doing a giveaway on one of these notes in good condition. And it's going to be someone who subscribed to my YouTube channel and who comments on the video with this banknote in it. So I'm going to be choosing someone who's commented on that particular banknote, but I haven't made the video yet, but I'll make a video and put it out on my channels. So it's like the first fleet arriving in Australia and the Indigenous peoples as well. So it's a 1988 bicentennial type setup banknote. That's really cool. I like it. It's a cool note. About $65, I think, depending on which serial number you got, but about $65 in perfect condition they're worth. So yeah, I got a few of those, which is cool, and I've got a fair few more that I can sell on as well. Why have I got a $1 note in here? Commonwealth of Australia. Nice. Might check a few comments out In the US, sometimes the $1 will be stamped with "Where has George been?" People will log on and list. Oh, okay, what's that? Is it like a some sort of a game type thing where you've got to try and do some stuff? All right, here's some 50s. One of these is Sir Howard Florey, and I think this guy was an astronomer or something like that. Can't remember his name off the top of my head, but this guy here, I think this is Howard Florey. I think he invented penicillin or something like that. One of those things that has helped humanity quite a fair bit. Yes, people just list what cities that dollar bill has been in. Ah, okay, there you go. Oh, here we've got a last prefix. One of the more recent notes, but it's a last prefix. The EA 2018 note. Probably worth a bit more over time. That's a first prefix. Double A 2018, $70 value. And some of these, this one's a Johnston Stone. That's $350 value. $600 value, this one right here. Yeah, in uncirculated condition. So that's a Johnston Fraser. Pretty happy with that. About uncirculated condition, so it might have just a slight crease in it somewhere on the note. $365 value on that one. Same again on that one. Oh, there's a few hungies down here, a few hundreds. So this is Sir Douglas Mawson. He's a bit of an explorer. I think he was a geologist. That's why it's got the different rock layers and stuff like that. But he was also an explorer, so he explored a fair bit of Antarctica, I believe. And then on this side, Tubbett, I think Tubbett or something like that is this guy's name, his surname. Don't know exactly what what his role in society was, I suppose, if you will. But they call these notes the Grey Ghost, and it might be because of this side. It looks a bit like a ghost, maybe from a distance, because they're sort of, or it could be this one here. They call them Grey Ghosts, but I like these. I reckon they're really cool. He looks cool. He's cool. Yep, definitely. So I like those old paper, those old 100s. Got a few. I've got a couple there, but I think I've got some in other places too. What do we got here? We got Sir Charles Kingsford Smith is this person here. He was one of the first people to fly across some of the oceans, I think maybe from England to Australia or something like that by plane. Correct me if I'm wrong, probably am wrong. We used to call the guy Grey Nurse Notes. Oh yeah, Grey Nurse Notes, yeah. Here we go, another Commonwealth of Australia. 20s. This one here, last prefix logations. Gothic serial, $132. So the serial font style is in Gothic style, even though it's got a few little creases in it through here. Pretty sort of rare note, Gothic serial, $132 value. That's pretty cool. But there we go. That's pretty much what I was going to do today. Just slotting some notes into this big folder here where there's 300 slots. But yeah, my work has sort of been undone in that I should have been placing in the $1 notes and $2 notes, but I sort of started with the $5 notes. So at the very start, we've got the pre-decimal banknotes here. So we've got 10 shillings, 42s, and then we've got some more shillings a bit later on, so 1961 10 shilling notes. And then I'll leave a few pages free for some more that I might pick up over time. And then I've got some £1 Australian banknotes, 1952, 1942, 1942. And then we've got some more 38 and 61. And then we've got the £5 banknotes. I like the £5 banknotes. I like the blue colour. That's really cool. And after that, I thought, okay, I'm going to leave some more pages for some more of those £5, and then I'm going to leave some pages for some £10 banknotes. So I'll leave 2 or 3 pages for those, and then I'd start on the Australian decimal currency. So I thought, okay, well, what's the smallest denomination? I've got the $5 notes, so I'll start with those, and I'll start with the paper banknotes because they were around before the plastic ones. But I forgot all about these ones. Forgot all about the ones. So I should have started with the $1 notes, and then all the $2 notes, and then the $5 notes. So I might actually have to take all of this work out that I did today, take all these 5s out, and put the 1s in, and then put the 2s in, and then put the 5s in. So that's all right. It's all part of it. Trying to get it all organised and in the right position. So yeah. But anyway, these ones here. These ones have got a bit of a. It's got a pale green. I might sort of see it on here. I think I've got. Yeah. See here, the pale green ones here in perfect condition, and this note's in perfect condition. The serial number's pale green. $110 in that condition for that note. The dark green ones, about $50 value. $50 value for those. These notes here, in perfect condition, these are from 2001. I only produced them in 2001. $35 each on those ones. Yeah, cool. All right, I'll check a few more comments out. That's where a ring binder is better. Okay, yep. Can't you just take sleeves out, or is it a binder notebook? Yeah, it's sort of like it's all fixed. This is it's a lectern book. You can see there, it's all the pages are sort of fixed, sort of glued in and held in position, and the entry point is on this side here, so you've got to slot the notes in that way. But part of the reason I thought I might use this, I do have some binder type ones, but I thought I might go with this because this holds 300. And then with this folder, I can get probably all of my banknote collection all in one folder. And I sort of like the idea of that. So I'll just zoom out a little bit so you can see. So it's a big, thick folder like that. And yeah, so I want to be able to get everything in the one location. But I'll probably do some more videos on putting some of these more notes in there and talking about them and stuff like that. If you've got any questions, yeah, just let me know. But yeah, and I'm going to probably sell some banknotes, some of the old Australian paper banknotes at some stage. So if you're on my email list, you'll receive email about me listing some of those and which ones I've got for sale, and you can maybe pick them up. All right then, well, I might sort of leave it there. So thanks everyone for jumping on. Hope you all have an awesome night, and I'll check a few comments because a few people might have a couple of questions. How do you sell notes and coins? You can sell on eBay. Yeah, just jump on eBay and sell them. Other places like Downey's Collectibles auctions, Eureka Coins sometimes do auctions as well. Yeah, there's a few auction places where you can look at notes when they've got their auctions up, but they're usually every couple of months. Thank you, boss. No worries. I'm excited for my Kingfisher coin. Oh, awesome. Thanks, info. No worries. Yeah, cool, Heather. Did you purchase one, did you? Or jumped on and pre-ordered? That's cool. Cool. All right. Have a good night, everyone. Catch you later, Heather. Appreciate it. Okay, see ya.